We live in a connected society. We are tethered to our families, our jobs, and our digital networks. We have left our houses of wood to plant artificial forests made of concrete, glass, and metal. And yet, when the pace of this unsteady life becomes too much, we return to the forest. We go there seeking a quiet wisdom, but often we find ourselves unable to understand the voice of nature. We look at the stillness of the trees and assume they are silent. But little do we know that between these trunks, words are rushing back and forth. To hear them, we only have to tilt our heads down and listen to our roots. For decades, we viewed the forest through a clinical lens. We saw it as a collection of individual timber units, competing for sunlight and soil. As foresters, we clear-cut the land and replanted it with single species, thinking we were being efficient. But the trees did not thrive. They grew sickly and weak. This was the first clue that the community was no longer intact. Scientists began to realize that a tree is much more than what is visible above the ground. The trunk and the crown are just the surface. The major part of a tree's life takes place in the dark, where the root system can spread up to 4 times the diameter of its canopy. When we look at these roots under a microscope, we find they are not just water pipes. They are intertwined with an entirely different kingdom of life. Mycorrhizal fungi. These fungi form a mutualistic relationship with almost every tree species on Earth. It is a marketplace of survival. The tree shares up to 1/3 of its total sugar production, the product of its photosynthesis, with the fungi. In exchange, the fungi act as the forest's nervous system, scavenging the soil for phosphorus and water that the tree could never reach on its own. 1 teaspoon of forest soil can contain several kilometers of these fungal threads. This is the infrastructure of the woods. Through sophisticated experiments using carbon-13 isotopes, researchers have been able to trace the movement of life itself. By labeling one tree with an isotope, they watched as those molecules moved from one tree to its neighbor, and then to the next. It wasn't just carbon, it was nitrogen, phosphorus, and even water moving back and forth through this network. This is the rudimentary language of the forest. In this marketplace, the individual is not as important as the community. In this social network, the largest and oldest trees act as the hubs. We call them mother trees. They are the most highly linked nodes in the web. When a younger seedling struggles in the shade, the mother tree recognizes its genetic relation and slows her own growth to make room. She shuttles resources to her kin, nursing the next generation through the soil. But her wisdom goes beyond feeding. When a tree is attacked by insects, it sends an electrical signal through its fibers, a pulse of fear that triggers the production of defense enzymes in trees miles away. They are warned before the enemy ever arrives. Even the stumps of trees cut down centuries ago are kept alive by this network. They have no leaves, yet their cambium remains green and pulsing. Their neighbors continue to feed them, perhaps because these ancient stumps hold the memory of the forest, the experience of droughts and winters past. But when we intervene with heavy machinery, we compress the soil and suffocate this communication. We turn a vibrant community into a silent plantation of orphans. We must relearn that trees do not want to be loners. They want to stand closely together. They want to cuddle. Our understanding of this ecosystem is changing. We are beginning to see that the forest is not a collection of individuals, but a single, breathing organism with its own intelligence. It is a natural fit for our hearts because it reflects our own need for family and community. The forest is not just a place of wood and shadow. It is a place of profound partnership. Next time you walk among the giants, remember that the silence is an illusion. The trees are talking, and maybe all they are asking is for us to let them be.